When you think of a romance slice of life anime, the first thing that probably pops into your mind is Toradora. And that's for good reason. Toradora is an amazing show which can be enjoyed by both casual and hardcore anime watchers. To sum it up briefly, Toradora takes no L's. And to prove it to you, I've written this little program. Alright, so here we have the program, and all you have to do is run it. Ask you a question, so Toradora. Bam, no L's detected. And in case you're wondering, I could have faked this, so let's run a little side test to make sure, a control, if you will. And bam, see? I told you it works. But you know another romance anime that takes no L's? Love is Hard for an Otaku. Love is Hard for an Otaku is about two childhood friends who are unsurprisingly otakus. These two otaku are reunited after Narumi starts working at the same company as Hirotaka. From there, the two go get a drink, and by the end of the night, they are dating. This is a huge change from the usual process of romance anime. I'm sure you're aware, but the large majority of romance anime focus solely on the chase itself. The chase being the process the two go through before they are officially a couple. The show usually ending in some kind of dramatic confession while the ending song plays in the background and cherry blossoms drift through the wind, We've all seen it. I need to tell her how I feel. Female lead. I love you. Will you go out with me? Yes. There may be some minor wrap-up, but for the most part, that's the end of the show. We are left to assume that they lived happily ever after, never getting to see what happens once they start dating. This is why Love is Hard for an Otaku is such a breath of fresh air. The author decided to do the complete opposite. The chase that usually takes 12 to 24 episodes is immediately finished just like that, meaning that for the rest of the series we are watching what happens now that they are a couple. Alright, now that that's all out of the way, we can get into the show itself. I already glossed over the plot earlier, but just to reiterate, it's about two childhood friends who become a couple on a whim. From there we watch their new life as a couple, both at work and in their personal time. The two are both otakus. Hirotaka plays a lot of video games, while Narumi reads BL and draws doujins. There is no over-the-top drama or misunderstandings, no secondary love interest or crazy confessions. This romance is as basic as it gets. While that may seem slow, when all the alternatives are over-the-top, crazy, dramatic chases to get the girl, it's incredibly enjoyable to watch. And the biggest reason being the characters. Without a great cast, a show like this couldn't function. Due to the lack of action, mystery, or any other driving force, the show relies solely on the cast to keep the show interesting. And the characters are great. This has a lot to do with the fact that the show keeps the cast very small, as to not leave any one person without a good amount of screen time. The cast contains only 6 characters and does not increase from that number for the entirety of the anime and the manga so far. There's Narumi, a bubbly girl who gets along with everyone, and Hirotaka, a gloomy guy who doesn't seem to care what others think of him, or take an active interest in other people. The chemistry between the two is great, and makes you believe that they have known each other since childhood. Although this is the main couple, the show does not solely focus on them. In the manga at least, the breakdown of screen time looks a little something like this. We have Hanako Koenagi, a cosplayer and BL enthusiast, and her high school boyfriend, Taro Kabakura, who likes to read manga and watch anime. Although they are constantly arguing, you can tell they genuinely love and care about one another. Since they are constantly arguing, the scenes where they are not feel very real and peaceful. They are without a doubt my favorite couple to watch. Lastly, there is Hirotaka's little brother, but he doesn't get that much screen time until a little later in the manga. We watch as these characters live their lives, drink, hang out, and go to work. None of them are special, they are just a group of people trying to navigate through life, just like everyone else. As for the humor, I can't say it's exceptional. It has its highs and its lows, just like everything else, but I can't say that it ever fell flat either. It will sometimes jump to a different animated style, which is pretty cool. The author is definitely a fan of kaiji. And as for the music, both the opening and ending fucking slap. The opening goes way harder than it has any right to, and perfectly sets up the mood of the show you're about to watch. It is one of the few openings that I've never skipped. As for the ending, it's pretty good too. It's pretty chill and calm compared to the very upbeat opening. As for any OSTs, There's been a couple playing through this video, but other than that, they're pretty forgettable. But complement the scene going on pretty well. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up all neat like. If you're in the mood for an upbeat, chill rom-com anime, definitely check this out. It's probably one of my favorite of the genre. I binged it in a day. If you still want more, check out the manga. The story just keeps getting better. Alright, that's all I got. But before I go, huge thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. That's insane. But, alright, until next time. Peace.